welcome to the Skool After Dark show. It's after dark. That means we can say whatever we want, like damn and heck. How are you?
And beans.
And beans.
And beans.
What do you think of that intro?
That was pretty cool. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it was a complete surprise. Nobody saw it coming.
Nobody, except for you. And maybe the beans.
What's funny, though, is I actually made that before that you even put the poll up. So I was like, please let it be after dark because I've already made a cool video.
Nice. Well, you know what? We did want to share with everybody that the votes were in, and I forgot to take a screenshot with the votes. Nice.
Oh, okay,
this
perfect.
is how it's going to go. Right before we went live, I said beans for no reason at all. Just said beans.
Yeah, you were supposed to say live.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You said beans. Yeah. Yep. It was pretty
And
good.
I also did not get the votes. Give me 1 second.
We still don't know who won. Was it After Dark or was it the late night show? No one knows.
Nobody knows. No, don't. If you know, you don't know. There you go.
And if
now
you don't know, you know. You know. Yeah, so if you've been here for the morning show, then we're usually pretty clear-headed and we're pretty smart and intelligent. But this, unfortunately, is what you're going to get.
It's going to be me laughing the entire time because this is how I get. And see, ta-da! There you go.
It was a landslide. The Skool After Dark show destroyed the late night show.
It was a half slide.
I wanted to call it the Skool Morning Show at night.
Skool Morning Show for the other side of the world.
Right. Yep.
That's
After Dark's that was the best way to go. After Dark. And think that was a suggestion by somebody. Who suggested that?
I think that it was Michael.
Is it Michael?
If I'm
No. We got to see who suggested it.
We're going to see. No, it was James.
James.
Yep. We'll bring him up. We'll bring it up.
James was the one that suggested it.
On the screen.
Thank you, James, for the suggestion of the After Dark show.
This has been a great day so far, except for the fact that my whole day has felt weird without us doing the morning show. Did it feel weird for you guys?
It was weird. So like 9:30 rolled around, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. Yep. James Blackburn shared this After Dark, so we give you full credit. Thank you so much for giving us that idea. But yeah, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was extremely busy. I got a sunburn on half of my body.
What?
Not on one half. Only on. I like to do things very complicated, apparently.
I'm picturing it like a line straight down your face, like down your nose, and it's just like the left side.
Yeah, pretty much. We decided to have fun, and we were like grilling steaks, and we got a cool thing out for the kids. And I thought I had put our table out in the. Oh, there we have our first comment for the After Dark show.
Look at you doing all these comments. You don't even need me anymore.
I'm getting good at this. So I thought it was in the shade, and then the sun was also still like moving, and I was like, this arm feels warm, this leg feels warm, part of my face feels warm.
That's so funny.
Oh, I'm not in the shade anymore. So yeah, apparently I'm not doing a farmer's tan. I'm doing my own unique version.
Nice.
So,
nice.
How was your weekend? What did you get up to?
It was great. I mowed in the rain. I got completely soaked. I played on Claude Code for like 4 or 5 hours straight, just like really digging in, learning it, and it's so much fun. Today was my kids' first day of their swim lessons, and they said that every kid cried because it was one of those like sink or swim situations where they literally pushed each kid off the diving board, and they just had to like that's what they made it sound. They may have been less extreme than that, but that's the way they made it sound.
Wow, that sounds like very terrifying. I would probably be. Did they let you guys be there?
No.
At the
We weren't there. But it was friends of ours that did it. They they run like
It's
a.
okay.
It wasn't.
Our
It wasn't.
friends just pushed them off the diving board. That's fine. As long as we're
But-
friends.
But I've been trying to take my kids to swimming lessons for years, and this was the first time my son ever did it. Like he ever actually jumped off the diving board. He said he actually did it himself. He jumped off, and so I'm really proud of him. Like I think that's what he needed. He needed that little extra, just push.
Yeah. Off the diving board, that push, that one.
Yeah, exactly.
it.
Theoretic, or like actual push, and then like mentally pushed.
Mentally pushed.
Yeah.
I sometimes like to be mentally pushed. It's helpful, especially when plans change, fail, whatever.
Oh, whoa! What a segue! Wow.
Yeah. See
Nice
what I
work.
did there?
That was really good. Today we are talking about when plans change, and this is like the greatest example of when plans change, because if you've been here for the past 2 or 3 months, we've been doing the school morning show. Now it's the
Yes.
school after dark show.
Exactly. Remember, if you want to comment and us put it up on screen, do it inside the What is School. I'm throwing up a look. I just said your word. Oh my gosh, said
Nice
it.
work. Let me take off our faces here so everybody else can see.
Oh,
What did I do? Oh,
I heard it.
Elena, big oof. Jenna be like,
It is hilarious. That looks like Neapolitan.
yeah, it does.
Let me see if I can get it. The GIF. Sometime we need to do a poll and see how many people agree with me.
I mean, it's GIF.
Yeah, that's Neapolitan.
Yeah. I saw a lady on TikTok the other day who was wearing star-shaped sunglasses. And she got sunburned, and it was just like stars around her eyes.
Oh
It
my
was funny.
goodness.
Yeah.
It looks like Patrick just slapped her in each eye.
Exactly.
Great.
But also, before we go on to anything else, we have to say, did you know that you can help out the School After Dark show? And look at you changing the banners to make it the right words.
I know. I thought of that last minute as I'm scrambling
Yeah.
to get everything done. That's
You
why
can
I
help
said
us.
beans.
You can help us out, and it doesn't cost you a single penny. All you got to do is like, subscribe, comment, and share this with another schooler. I know you know another schooler. If you don't know another schooler, then you need to make a friend. Okay, that's your homework for today: is to make a schooler friend.
Yes, that's your homework every day, is just to make schooler friends. I mean,
Yes.
isn't that kind of the point?
All right, it's community.
We got a good question, so I think we need to pull this one up too, and
Ooh, okay.
we'll just won't answer it yet. We'll find out, right? That's how it be. I think this would be a good time for the crickets because mine is so
Yeah.
slow.
Maybe
It's probably-
you should just leave it to me to do it.
I probably should now that you can.
But
let's
you
see
know,
if
this is
works.
giving. This is giving night.
Yeah.
Are we guessing
we-
drinks tonight? Yes, we'll have to.
Yes.
We'll have to. For those who are new, maybe you've not been to a morning show. Maybe this is your first time because you're in a different time zone. And this is your first time making it to one of these shows. But every Tuesday, normally, we guess what Sam and Kirby are drinking for the school morning show, because it's just a fun little dumb game we like to play. But we're going to have to guess tonight because it's going to already happen by the time tomorrow's show comes out.
That's correct. We won't be able to guess it in the morning. I mean, yeah. I mean, we could, but we can't. You know.
Right. I mean, we could guess it on our own time, but not with everybody else.
There is something that we should look up. There is. Hold on. Let me.
A few moments later.
Some story of my life, bro. Okay, hold on. We're gonna share this real quick. Our school shout out. Can you do the school shout out banner and sound?
I can sure try. I can never find the school. Oh, yeah, I found it. Never mind. I found it. Yeah. It is time for our school shout out. And we definitely have one. We definitely have a shout out. Who is it?
Okay, so is my screen showing now?
I can see it.
Okay, we're shouting out everybody that has something related with night
Oh.
tonight.
Okay, who
So-
we got?
This is
Island
one of
Art
those
Night.
fun things where when you're looking it up too, like if you just think of a random word, you can go find random things that you've never seen before on Discovery.
That's fun.
So
I like that.
it's actually,
that could be a game we play.
yeah, it could be like give us a word and we'll like look it up and see what
Yeah.
comes up.
Thailand Nightlife Insider. There you go.
If I was in Thailand, I would want to know.
Only $10 a month to learn the nightlife of Thailand. Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. Look at all
Very,
these
very
nice.
cool.
And now that search is actually better, it works.
You find so many different things.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
So who's
That's
that?
McGregor, right?
No,
That looks like McGregor. It does.
that's not Conor McGregor.
It looks like him.
Oh, and to
I
be
also
fair,
have mine
like
zoomed out.
all MMA fighters kind of look the same. Actually, that
Are we
might be
sure?
McGregor. I don't know.
I think it's
anything.
McGregor.
We've
I don't
talked
want to
before.
share
I
my
don't-
screen while I
don't
look
have-
up my Google. So hold on one second.
I've
I'm
got bad
Googling
eyes.
it.
Well, while you're
How many
Googling
people
it,
here? How many people here think that's McGregor?
It may be. It's similar looking tattoos. That'd be an older picture of McGregor. You know, he's coming back. I don't know if you
It
watch
is.
UFC. Okay,
It is
fine.
McGregor.
Conor McGregor is coming back from retirement.
really?
Okay, well, we have another comment that I would like to bring up. I do have strong opinions about this question.
Okay.
James asked, fireflies or lightning bugs? Well, I'm from the South, Alabama to be exact. It's just lightning bugs down here. It's just lightning bug, buddy. You know, it's
Fireflies is a song. Lightning bugs is what you actually see outside.
It's the same. But you know,
Right?
we get an astronomical amount of lightning bugs here, and usually when July usually comes out around the 4th, they'll start coming out, and we'll get out there with big jars, and we'll catch like hundreds of them. It's so much fun. It's
You
one
know
of my
that
favorite
song
memories.
by Owl City?
Oh God, I love Owl City. My voice sounds just
That's-
like him. I've been told.
I haven't heard him talk. Let's go back to this is so after dark version because now we've gone completely off the rails.
Yeah.
With where we were gonna talk about
The
things.
damn School After Damn Dark show.
Damn.
We can curse
Daniel?
now because it's after dark. Back at it
Alright.
again.
So changing plans changing, failing. I know I titled this like if you fail to plan to fail. And I always had heard that a lot. And I was like, that's great, but most plans fail, right?
I mean, I would say you have to fail to learn.
You do have to fail, but also if you like is there even a point to planning? Do you think there is?
Yes.
Okay, why?
If you don't plan, then you won't start. Well, maybe. Hold on. You have to. Define planning, because because if you get an idea, and then if you
my
can
one brain
overplan.
cell.
If you plan too much, you'll never start. But also, if you don't plan at all, you'll never start. I think there's a balance. Down below, define planning.
This is me, like you telling me when I've already just yelled beans out loud, and like I have all these other things, like my brain is just melted, and you're like, "Hey, can you give me the definition?" I'm like, "This is me right now."
Can you give me the Merriam-Webster definition of planning, please?
All right, so I'm not gonna give you an answer. Somebody else
Okay,
can if
fine.
they want.
Perfect.
Google it. That's why we have Google or ChatGPT. When I think about planning, I think about planning so that I at least have some sort of structure going forward, and I can have like some direction. But I know most of the time things are going to change, and I have to be flexible.
Yes.
I
You
was
said that
not
so
good
much
at
better
that.
than me.
I was not good at that when I was younger. I will say I used to get so annoyed if my plans failed.
That's
Like,
yeah. Yep.
and I would let it stop me. So
Same.
I think part of it is that if you just at least plan, you're going to make sure one, you're going to have a starting point, and then you have an idea of what an end point looks like, right? Along the way, it's going to look messy. Isn't there like those diagrams where it's like, hey, here's point A, and you thought that this is how it would be to getting to point B, but actually it ended up looking like spaghetti thrown at the wall.
You don't know what it's going to be to be to point B if you C to get to C.
What WTF? If we're gonna start spelling, but yeah. So I think that that's kind of the part of being flexible. I think one of it is that like we're parents, so we have to remain flexible. I think that kind of forces you into the flexibility of planning. But I think there's a part of entrepreneurship that requires you to be flexible too. What do you think?
This has been top of my mind all day long because I have a lot going on with my family this week as far as like getting them to swim lessons, and there's like all these different things that they want to do over the summer. And then I'm like trying to meet with other people to do like a call with them, and like we're trying to get our schedules to get to, to align. And it's just so far not working out. And yeah, so it's a lot of back and forth of, hey, can you make this time? No, can you make this time? Actually, I can try to make it like 7 a.m. It's just like you have to be flexible. Like there's just if you're rigid about it, you're not going to get anything done. Period.
Right. And there's the portion of it that's like being global too. So trying to figure out time zones. Yep. I know that there's people. Elena in the chat knows how schedules are when you're trying to schedule people. It can be like, to me, it almost feels like you're coloring things in and then coloring things out. And then you're like, wait a minute. What about when the time changes, right? So
this is why I'm not a manager.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. Shout out to all the people that keep us in check, Thank you very much.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Today, like, when I forgot about this show 5 times.
No.
Because the thing is that when we do it in the morning, because Mondays are usually my day off where I get every single errand that I could not do during the weekend done. And I did tons of walking outside, pointing at different trees that we need to cut down because of the tiny like container thing coming this weekend. And my brain was like, okay, now I got to get to town. I have to get those storage container totes. Now I have to go do this. And I promised the kids that I would do that. And trying to scramble them all. And I'm like, oh, wait, I have an evening show. I have an after dark show. I probably said that to myself about 5 times while I was like going around doing stuff. I even know that I had the guy, the arborist that I was talking to. Which, by the way,
what a job!
Holy crap! It's a lot to cut down trees, but at least they're also cutting it down so it doesn't like blow up propane tanks. It
costs so much money to cut down a tree.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I think the one that we're doing now, we have an option where it's like four trees are going to go down, and it's going to be like, well, it's 3 limbs on one tree, 1 limb on a different tree, and then just cleaning up branches on a different 2.
Should have got a pole saw.
They have to. Well, they're way too high up and over houses and stuff.
Oof. Yeah.
And so you kind of want the person that's not gonna damage.
You want the expert. It's not something you want to cheap out on.
And they're hiring. This too tall even for those really cool pole saws that we want. And they have to rent a bucket to come out. And so they're out there. We're talking. It's gonna be $2,000, and it possibly, if we want to get the tree that it. Like, the tree's fine right now, but if we do it now, then we don't have to do the extra rental of a bucket later, which just renting the bucket is minimum $1,200.
Mm-hmm. And then you got to deal with stump grinding, which is probably like another $500.
I said the stumps can stay. I don't care. I'm like, let them stay. We'll jump off of them or something. I don't know. And so all of that, and then he's there talking to me, and this other guy comes up with like the electric company. They're like, don't you guys let us like throw out wood chips? And the arborist is like very particular about his organic chips that he brings to us. And so I'm like looking at him and going, okay, I can't tell this guy that his chips are shit chips and are not good for planting, but the arborist is going to tell me that they are shit chips, right?
That's funny.
And so I'm looking at him, I'm like, I kind of like did like, don't say anything. And as I'm thinking like, don't say anything about his shit chips, and I'm like, hopefully telepathically he's gonna hear me, my brain goes, I have an after school dark show to do tonight. And so I lost my train of thought and I just said gully, and I pointed like just one word. I didn't say a full sentence. Pretty much. I was going to say, yeah, you could do the 3 loads of those because we use them for like weed suppressants in some areas that we're not going to be growing stuff. And so I just pointed, I said, gully. I'm like, I can't tell him that I'm doing a school after dark show either, and that's why my brain went blank. So, yeah, fun. Plans changing, failing, chaos is all happening at all the times. And now, if you can hear in the background, Dominic's still awake, of course. And we're trying to like sort stuff. How is it at your house? I feel like you guys go to bed earlier.
Oh yeah.
So it's
We're old people. During the school year, like we are getting the kids in bed. We start getting them ready for bed at like 6:30. But during the summer, we've been getting ready for bed at like 8.
You do. Sorry.
Yeah.
I did not hear what you said. Dominic came up because he
It's
heard his
okay.
name and he started saying I love you and not.
Yeah, we go to bed early. We start getting ready for bed at like 6:30.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard the conspiracy of, or not conspiracy, maybe it's science. We talked about tinfoil. Didn't we say tinfoil with James?
Yes, we'll have
Right?
to do that.
So I have a conspiracy. I have heard that kids will be on the schedule of the parent of whatever schedule the parent is on when they were in the womb. So
Interesting.
Dominic, his birth mom, was on the evening schedule. So he was always awake and hungry and wanted to live life in the evenings. And like, I became a new mom, and here's a 3-day-old, and he's like, "Stay awake all night with me, feed me." And I was like, okay, this must just be like motherhood stuff, because you hear about people not getting sleep, right? Well, no, it's been consistent through his entire, like, no matter how many times I
hasn't
try to sleep
changed.
train. I try so hard to sleep train. I try so hard to do all these other things, and it just doesn't work. And I found out, yeah, during the whole time that she was pregnant, she was on the evening shift. So he was getting his food at night, and she was up at night, and that's when he was awake. She was sleeping during the day, so he got to sleep during the day. I'm like, I don't know if it's ever going to change, you
Yeah.
know?
That makes a lot of sense. I couldn't imagine. You know, I heard a quote actually today that I think it was Steve Jobs wouldn't make a decision after 1 o'clock. So he would get like all his creative stuff done in the mornings because he was probably like an old man like me. Likes to go to bed early.
I feel like it's okay. I do know that the late night shift, like the night shift, is a carcinogen. It's like listed as one, so I know it's healthier, which is why I keep pushing for us to just try to go to bed earlier. But 6:30 would be a joke for me. It would end up being where my kid's still awake and I passed out because I fought so hard for us to go
Yeah.
to sleep earlier.
Well, we have to because we during the school year we have to get up at like 5 or like 4:45.
So do you change your sleep schedule at all? Does
Yes.
your plans change
Yes.
in the summer?
Yep. So for like the past week or so that they've been home, they've been going to bed at like 8, and we've been waking up at like I woke up the past few days at like 7, and to be honest, I felt like crap. Like I feel better if I wake up earlier. If I sleep in, I feel worse. It's like, what's the deal? I slept longer. Shouldn't I feel better? But no, I feel worse.
It's your routines like screaming inside of you, "Let me out!"
As a person with autism, I don't like changing my routines at all. So this was like a big decision to like change this to the After Dark show. It was out of necessity. I just had too much stuff to do, and I'm probably going to take on a lot more stuff, and there's just simply just not any room for it. And I didn't want to end the morning show because I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy hanging out with all you lovely people. So we changed it. We're flexible.
Noise.
Yeah, but
This
something
is
I
the
wanted.
only way that I'm flexible.
You know what's funny though is like I didn't let anybody know. Like you were like very transparent and like kind of brought your community along, and you're like, "Hey guys, this is what we're doing. Do you want to vote?" And I think like if you have a community, I think it is important to be transparent and like kind of take them along with you, and like still ultimately it's your decision, but like just
Right.
letting them know like ahead of time this is gonna change. I think it's helpful.
I think so too. I think letting them be a part of the change is like rather than just have you ever seen the fail videos where someone's like feet gets like a dog's running and you're like, oh no, that dog's gonna hit their legs and they're gonna go poof. You know, I feel like change is pretty much that dog. If you don't have any warning to it, if you're not the one watching behind the camera going, oh no, the change is gonna happen, you're gonna be the one with your feet in the air and eating dirt, right?
Yep. It's like, sorry guys, tomorrow we're closing the community.
And you're like, what? That sounded like a goat. Nice.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Yay. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to say something about the plans changing and stuff. I think that because some people try to say, oh, you shouldn't have to plan for a plan B or plan C or whatever. But I think that's not necessarily, like, I think there's a good plan and there's a bad plan for that. For me, for instance, right, I planned to already have my other Skool community out. And then it's been thing after thing after thing after thing. Health stuff.
Craziness.
Then also crazy summer stuff, crazy moving, all of that stuff. And I'm like, part of it is that I know that things are going to happen when they will happen. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not going to stick to what I originally planned, only because I wouldn't even show up the way that you want me to show up if I tried to show up right now. You know?
Yeah.
And
because it's the After Dark show, we could say that you'd be half-assing it.
oh, yeah. Ha ha ha. I still also have a little one here that might repeat me saying.
Oh.
I have headphones on, so it's fine if you say it. But
Ass.
nice. That made me go ADHD. You know that that GIF that it's nice, where it's just going yas, and it cuts it off because like Skool only does the square ones.
Yes, I love it when it does that.
All right, I'm just gonna pull it up because I have to. It just looks like it's yelling ass. Okay. If you know what, we won't even pull it on screen. If you're in the What is Skool, you can go look at it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what my brain got distracted with.
This is us at night.
Ass. Yeah, exactly. Ass and beans.
Oh my God.
We are professionals.
Okay, here's the thing about sunk cost fallacy.
Can you define that with the dictionary?
You know, I've heard that phrase. I'm not exactly sure what it means, but I think it has something to do with like, oh, I'm putting so much like effort into this thing that I don't want to change because I'm afraid that if I change, then I've just wasted all this time, which means I've wasted all this money. So I'm just going to stick with this thing forever and ever and ever. And then years go by and I'm still doing this thing with no results. It's like, what am I doing with my life? And then I'm just like alone and crying and scared. And I should have quit a long time ago, but I didn't. Because I just wanted to make it work, even though it would never work. That's what the sunk cost fallacy is, Bob.
Nice.
Hey, Jennifer's here.
Yay, Jennifer.
Nice.
Hello.
I'm glad that everyone could make it, even though it's late. What time is it where you are? Everybody let us know. What time is it where you are? For me, it's 9:30. Pretty late for me. So yeah, we're talking about sunk cost fallacies. Do you do that? I don't know. I've never really dealt with that. I quit things pretty quickly.
My brain, my thought process, quit things apparently. So yeah, it is a cognitive bias. That's what I was trying to come up with.
Oh, that's a good word. Cognitive dissonance.
It's a cognitive bias where people continue in an endeavor such as a project, relationship, or investment because they have already invested time, money, or effort into it. Yeah, no, I'm the kind of person where if the movie sucks, I'm gonna turn that movie off. I don't need to know.
Oh,
the end.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I do the same thing actually.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Unless, and here's
It's
a funny twist
11:33.
to it.
Where Jennifer's at 11:33.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Hot tub. Hot tub.
Have you ever
Hot
walked out of a movie theater? I have one time.
My problem is that I don't go to movie theaters without other people. So I will force myself to endure the pain of sitting there and hating my life.
Our movie theater is awesome because it's heated seats and they're these huge recliners, and it's like kind of private. Like everybody kind of gets their little thing. It's awesome. I love it.
There was one that I wish I would have walked out of. It was called 2012.
I remember that
And
movie. It's crazy that
I
it really happened.
I don't. I did not do. I don't do well when people die in movies, and I'm like, if spoiler alert, if you've never seen 2012, this is your time to like clock out for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, warning's over. All right, so some dude in there gets like crushed by gears,
Oh my god!
and I was a child when I watched this. I was like a teen, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
pretty
like-
sure.
you're like
Maybe I
20.
wasn't a teen.
You're like 20, probably.
Something like that. I'm still calling that child brain.
Do you remember like how big a deal that 2012 thing was? Like it was like the whole like when went from 99 to 2000. It was the closest thing was that like there was a lot of people that really thought the world was going to end in 2012
Oh, I thought they were all stupid.
because the Mayan calendar.
Sorry if that was you.
It was
Yeah. Sorry.
me. I'm just kidding.
Sorry. I don't like it when people like come up with reasons why the world's gonna end, because I'm just like, it's not, and like, what was the point? You know, I do believe in being prepared for things, but I don't like it when you say the world's ending, because I feel like it's just you're jinxing yourself to being wrong, and you just cause yourself so much anxiety, right?
Nothing ever happens until it
But yeah,
does.
the 2012 one, I remember we came out of the movie theater, and I just put my back against the wall, and I was like, I had to breathe, and I had to like think for a minute, and I had to go, okay, none of that's real. I don't know why I sat there and watched the whole thing. I could have got up and walked away. Next time I will. Kind of like those moments where I'm like talking to myself, trying to self-soothe, because like my brain hurts after watching something stupid. And kind of like have you ever seen all the like James Franco and Seth, whatever his name is?
Rogan.
Why can't I? Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah.
names very well. But most of theirs are so dumb that it
I
hurts
don't
your
like
brain.
those movies. Yeah, I haven't watched any of them. I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing.
Yeah, I had high school friends that liked them, and like I just had to sit there through it, and I'm like, oh, I feel dumber after. Like you walk out of there going, okay, now I need to go to school again or something.
Yeah.
If we only had School with a K back then.
I only watch serious movies like Pride and Prejudice and zombies. Have you seen that movie? It's amazing.
Y2K? Okay, I do remember Y2K because during Y2K, I was a kid and we made Y2K pancakes for my dad because my dad was freaking out about Y2K and
Everybody was
something
freaking
about
out.
like the computers were all going to stop or something like that. Like
yeah.
technology wouldn't go into the 2000s. And I don't know what it was, like
It was a
something
big
like
deal.
that. But yeah, we were like the day that it turned, we went and made pancakes in the shape of Y, 2, and K, and
That's
brought it to
funny.
breakfast in bed. I
How many
remember that.
people had to pivot and change their plans the day after Y2K?
How many people had to? How many people have had to change their plans when the world didn't end, and you had to continue to live?
Well, there's a lot of people that like, yeah, I remember in 2012 specifically, they were like selling their cars and selling their houses and like totally just giving up their lives and giving everything away. And then like when it didn't end, they had to kind of like pick all the pieces back together. Like that happened to a good bit of people.
Why?
I don't know.
That seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, I guess we're planning, prepping. This counts as far as plans. Tinfoil. It's after dark. You live, laugh, love, whatever. something that I was watching this lady on TikTok, and she's like an older lady, and she is like really into, you need to have at least a half gallon of water for each human body, and remember your pets for at least 6 months to a year. And if you don't, F you, and F your mom, and F your cow, and like all these things. Like she's crazy blunt. And it's great. It's funny watching her. I will try to send one to you later. And if you want me to post it inside the post, like I'll link her. She's just so funny.
Just link it.
I'll just link it. I'll go ahead. But she's so serious about it. And she's like, if you don't feel like you have enough places for water, raise your beds. Make your beds higher so you can put all your water under your beds. And she's so serious about it. And it's not bad. It's smart, okay? Like, water is essential. And if you feel like you wouldn't have water, then you definitely need it.
Oh, you
But
need water for sure.
I believe, because I also grew up around a lot of people that did lots of prepping stuff, to the point where it felt like they didn't prepare for things in life. Like, they didn't have savings. They didn't have retirement because they were just, it didn't matter. We were all going to be dead by then, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that you should always plan and fit it in your lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're going to need water, then get water that you're going to already use, you know? And like, just keep using it so it doesn't go old. Same with like, people are like, beans. We have to have all the beans. I'm like, do you even eat beans on the regular? You know?
No, but I will.
Beans. And so you should just like incorporate the things that you are already going to have in your lifestyle, as far as like getting it in forms that are going to last longer, you know? And it's not a bad thing, because you can get things that are on huge discounts, right?
I keep trying to like prep LaCroix, but I just keep drinking them all by accident.
You and your LaCroix. What are you going to do if the world is ending and you can't have sparkling water?
Life's just not worth living at that point. I'm just going to run into the eye of the storm.
How long does sparkling water stay sparkly?
I don't know.
Do you even
find
know?
out. I don't. Hopefully long enough. Well, let me ask you.
You're going to need a sparkling machine.
Okay. Oh, I actually really do want to buy one of those. If anybody wants to buy me a sparkling water machine, I will let you buy it for me. But I have a serious question.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a serious question about people. Who they're not necessarily changing plans, but they are pivoting their school community every month or so, totally redoing a different thing, and not sticking with one thing, selling people a whole new course every single month, but it's totally different. What's the difference? Your thoughts?
Oh, man. Of course you choose the one topic that I could go off on when it's night and I'm not fully brain there. There's a difference in pivoting, and there's a difference in being a snake's oil salesman. I think part of it is that you have to just also know, like, do you even know what you're doing? Do you even know what you're offering? Or are you thinking that you're going to figure it out while you go along? Or that are you really just good at sales and you're going to bring people into this next course, next community, next thing that you're doing? Like, how consistent is this thing going on for you? Or is it totally different? Like, am I going from selling you how to fix your car at home to, hey, I know how to make digital products, or I know how to use Claude now. And then it's like, oh, by the way, let's jump into the world of home daycares. Like, you're going to kill your audience, because your audience doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
About if you're switching that hardcore. And if it's still along the same, the ones that are probably worse are where they're along the same niche, but they never actually fulfill.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, is that they aren't actually fulfilling, and that they're just taking people's money, swapping to the next thing. It's like, your personal brand's not that strong to not lose
to withstand
people.
That. Yeah. There's a little bit of that whiplash thing. So like the whiplash, I would say, is probably the ones that jerk you around, and it's like, I don't have any idea what's going on here. Like, I did not sign up to learn like how to tie the best water balloon, right? I was here about dog
I
grooming.
would pay for that.
But I have dogs. They're gonna pop the water balloons. If that's how like the whiplash is, it's gonna be easy for people to know that that's not their space anymore. It would be way harder if I go somewhere where they are teaching, let's say, how to use AI for coding, right? And I go in there, and then they're like, okay, well, and I never actually get to the point. They're like, you're gonna make your first website, okay? And that's my end goal. That was my promise. And they did not have the stuff inside their community to actually finalize to the website, right? Like I was still waiting for them to release that final part, right? But they switched to, well, we're going to teach you how to sell this to people.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, well, of course I'd want to learn how to sell it, but I also need to know how to finish it so that I would have a website so I could actually sell it. So I'm not selling people on something that I don't know how to finish because you didn't finish it, this course, right? I'm like, but yeah, I'm really hyped up because of course I'd love to make more money and not just do it for myself. Okay, so I'm in there, right?
They left their members behind, basically.
Right? And then it's like, hey, and so I'm still in the back of my mind going, I need to finish knowing how to make this website, but I'm still pedaling along. I'm with them, right? Okay, I'm gonna learn how to sell this, and then it's like, hey, by the way, if you're gonna sell this, then you're gonna have to learn how to make lead magnets through AI. Okay, well now I'm going to learn how to make lead magnets through AI. All right. Well now if you're going to do a lead magnet, you also need to know how to do an email list. And I'm like, holy fuck, I don't know how to do this stupid website. Right? At the end of this.
One, please.
Yeah, can we please finish it to where I can have a completed product? So even if you do want to expand and you want to add these things to what you're already doing, great. But let's complete base 1 first.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess before you go and change everything or add anything, you really need to take a look at what you already have and make sure that you're fulfilling on what you said at the beginning.
Exactly. And the best way to do that, and this is why, like, I don't want to discourage anybody that's like, oh, well, I want to make a community about something I'm learning how to do and letting people come along as I go. Okay. But I want you to have the commitment that you're going to finish it and that you don't try to portray yourself as the expert. Like say, hey, I am learning how to do this. And I'm one step ahead of you. I'm going to give you all the advice that I'm learning as I'm like all the things that I'm messing up on. And I will give that to you guys so that you guys can come along with me. So we're doing this journey together. That can be a community, but don't go in and going, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do all this stuff. And then I don't actually ever learn it.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that happens a lot. I've seen it quite a few times actually here on Skool. And it doesn't feel good. Like I've been in communities where they didn't end up fulfilling on what I paid for, and then they totally pivoted to something something that I didn't like at all. Like they pivoted to like something that I actually felt morally against, and I'm like, what the hell? Like I paid you all this money, and now you're like changing up on me.
And there is a difference too. It's like, let's say, and I want to give some credit to the owners too, because like, what if you did give them everything they needed to know to fully finalize the website, right? And you decided to go on to new things, but you're not making calls for just the website stuff because you have all that in the classroom. And that person isn't showing up to ask questions on the regular Q&As and saying, hey, or not even posting in the community. Like, why does it have to be a call? Why are people not posting when they have problems or they have questions in a community? And then they get upset about not having this information. Well, you never communicated it, dumbass, right? Like, you have to say something. I've talked to a lot of people where they're like, well, the people are upset because we don't get all this. They were never able to ask their question on a Q&A call because the Q&A calls are so busy. I'm like, did they ever post it? That's my first question. Did they ever post it? If they never posted it, I don't want to hear jack shit. Unless you have a rule about not asking questions. Because they're just as, like, what's the problem with posting your question, right? You're going to get an answer. Especially if you don't get it, if somebody hasn't answered you, just leave it up until someone does. Or then tag somebody and say, hey, what's going on? I need the answer to this. Right?
Yeah. Nope.
Anyways.
I mean, I don't see a problem with that at all. That was a really nice rant. Applause. That was a good rant. Which is why us here at the Skool After Dark show do not like lifetime memberships, because you never know what's going to change.
Lifetime is so, especially if you even think you have a glimpse of having ADHD, it is not a good idea to have a lifetime membership. I think like when people think about the lifetime availability, like there is some people that can do that. Like they're like, oh, I want to have a community and I want it to be lifetime. Okay, but you also have to then like make sure that you're not offering calls. Like calls are
Yeah.
not part of this. There's no Q&As available. Like
You're gonna be 70 years old. Hello, it's time to talk about our thing.
be like, I'm going to teach you about Claude Code. Claude Code died 12 years ago,
I
but
remember Claude.
I'm going to teach you what it did back then.
Now we're using Gleep Gloop. He's our
Bleepy
god.
gloppy gloopy. Beans!
I don't even like year memberships. That's how much I don't feel like I can commit to anything.
Year memberships are really tough for me because I feel like it's not about like, can I commit to something? It's like, do I want to commit to this person too?
Yeah.
Because I have had people that I've met and I really like and I really enjoy, and then they have something in their life happen, or they show a different side of them that they weren't showing in the beginning, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to be stuck to this kind of thing for at least a year. But that's because I think like, all right, if I did it where it was like very hands off, to where it's like I'm just putting this information in here and it doesn't really matter. Like I'm not emotionally, or because I will say that I get emotionally invested in the people that I coach. Like I really want to see them do good. Their results mean a lot to me.
Same. To a
So-
fault sometimes, actually.
If I'm like doing it in that kind of like more one-on-one setting, I really do want to see them succeed. And if I see them also give up on their dream, I'll be like, okay, but what's your next dream at least? Like, I want to know what's going on. I want to see you successful in something. And so it would be hard to see somebody that's like going to give up or not treat it like it's something they really want. And way too many people undercharge anyways. So like, what if you undercharge and it's for a yearly membership? Like what if your plans go
God.
where you're charging a lot more and then you're stuck fulfilling on this one thing that's like
For a year.
for a whole year?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yep.
Because like for you, right? You do editing. You price something at a certain amount and then you're like, oh my gosh, this takes me like 4 times the amount of time that I thought it would take.
Yeah.
And it is actually worth way more when I thought that I was already overcharging. Then you're stuck doing that for
Yeah.
a year.
Which is probably why you really
God.
need to get like your processes down before you decide to, because it may end up being a lot more work than you thought. So you might want to try out a few for like a month or two, see how it goes.
I would like to hear from anybody that wants to share. What is something that you do not like to plan because you feel like it will fail each time?
That's a good question. I find I've yet to be successful meal prepping personally. I've tried a few times, and I just it hasn't worked out. Just mostly because I have really picky children, and so like having to like make a whole meal plan for myself for the entire week, and then like I also have to make something different for them because they're not going to eat what I'm going to eat. And then so by the end of it, I just kind of give up and I just start making one meal again.
I feel like that would be difficult. I can't meal prep because like the texture of food changes when you meal prep, and I can't do that. It kills it for me.
True.
I can
Especially
meal
if it's like
prep
chicken.
ingredients though. Like the ingredients can be pretty much ready for me to go ahead and cook, and then that cuts down a good portion of time. Something that I can't plan, I don't like planning is
A weekly
If-
live show. No.
I think it's like mostly on the days that I have off. I don't like to plan things that make me that require me to be in a certain spot. So, for instance, like the whole me running out to do the meet with the arborist, and then like the tree people came up, and all of these things, that delayed me by 2 hours getting to go pick up stuff from town that's like an hour away, right?
Yeah.
And then that's like a whole other hour drive back. I was supposed to have a massage tonight because it's for my my health stuff with the injuries from my car accident. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to get here in time. And there's no way I'm going to get a massage if I didn't take a shower beforehand because just gross, you know? You've been running around and all that. And so I'm like, I'm looking at it and she's asking me, she's like, you still on for 5 p.m.? And I'm like, can we push it back to 6? And she was like, what about tomorrow? And I was like, yes, that's way better because if I already plan to be at home because I'm working and all that, it's way easier for me to say, yeah, I'll be home later that day too.
Yeah.
But on my day that I'm running around trying to get all the things done, it's really hard for me to do that. And I didn't get home until 7:50.
Oh,
So it was
dang.
really good that did not work out because I would have been like, oops, sorry.
I think that's been my trouble today. It's like I'm trying to plan meeting with people, but then I also have a lot of running around to do this week. And it's kind of stressful trying to plan all that out and like get timelines on the same page.
Yeah, I've been trying to decide which one I like better. If I like the type of plans for coaching that's like, I know it's going to be a certain day and it's usually at a certain time and every once in a while it changes. Or if I like it where it's like, okay, we'll talk on like Tuesday when I'm back in the office, like when is a good time for you or whatever, right? I'm trying to decide which one works better for me, but I almost think that the routine, the schedule is probably better.
It is. As much as I don't necessarily like planning and stuff, when I actually do, I end up doing a lot better. Like I get a lot more done. And I actually found, so before I took on this past person that I've been working with, I was like, I don't have any time at all. How the heck am I going to take on somebody? And then I did. And now that it's been a couple weeks and I've kind of built it into my schedule, I'm like, maybe I could take on somebody else because I didn't really realize, I don't know, like if I actually plan something and focus, I can get a lot more done. And so like it's opened up a whole new world for me. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Jennifer shared with us real quick. I'm pulling it up. There it is. Move our faces. Where's that?
Our feces. Gross.
Faces. Anything that requires me to leave the house as a general rule. Yes. How many times?
Same.
I want to be honest. How many times have I said like, "Oh, we're leaving the house now." JK. 30 minutes later, I'm like, "JK, I had to do X, Y, Z before I could leave the house." You want to hear something psycho of me?
Sure.
If I know my mom is here, I change my clocks. If I do want to leave the house somewhat on time.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's really just about like trying to make sure that we're gonna be able to like go, you know? But otherwise it's like it's 30 minutes to 45 minutes later and that kills me inside because I'm like, I am a liar.
Yeah,
I
do
did
like
not
being
leave
late.
the house. You know?
Being late is probably my least favorite thing.
Yeah. And it's like so painful.
Yes.
Fun fact, there was one time I didn't care. My parents had to go somewhere that was down the road. It was like a few miles down the road when we lived out in the country and I was a teen growing up. And they were like, if you don't hurry up, then I think I was doing my hair. I was being a teen going like, my hair will be straight all the way. I will not put it in a bun. And so they were like, fine, we're leaving the house. And they left. So I was like,
gosh.
bug this. And so I went out to my horse, called my horse up, saddled my horse, and I rode my horse all the way to where we were supposed to be.
Oh
Tied my
gosh.
horse up on the outside, walked in, and I said, what up?
That's so funny.
And they were like, what just happened? And
And they
it was
never
funny
did that
because
again.
other people were driving by as I'm riding, like my horse, and I'm galloping to our event. And I wasn't really late. I maybe missed like people just chit-chatting before like everything that was going to happen. It's like, yep.
This is what the 1900s were like.
Yeah, back in the... No, I don't think that was the 1900s. That was still the 2000s. But
After Y2K.
yeah. Probably about like... I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Well, this has been good. Are we ready to move on to our drinking game?
I guess so.
All right. This is our man. And we're going to guess what our man and his other friend are drinking.
We need more creative ones of Andrew Kirby.
Yeah, we need a better
Just gonna say
Kirby.
that. You know what? I'm gonna find one for him. While
What
you
about-
guess, I'll find a funny
Okay.
gif of him.
I'm going to guess, and if you want to play along at home, we always guess what Sam and Kirby are drinking. It's usually some type of sparkling water on their school news. So I'm going to be guessing that, just moving on from last week, I think Kirby is also going to have a mug again. I think he's a mug boy now. And so he's going to have a mug of some mysterious liquid. And I'm going to say that Sam, he changed it this past week, but I'm going to think he's going to go back to his root beer. He's going to be like, man, I miss that root beer. And he's going to do root beer again. His root beer, sparkling water. Waterloo.
So I found the perfect gif for, because say it again. What was your exact guess for what Kirby's gonna be drinking?
A mysterious liquid in a mug.
This is what his reaction is to that. Mysterious liquid into a mug. Ugh. Okay, so now we have.
Get that gift.
Just search Andrew Kirby School.
That's amazing.
It'll come up. Yeah, he threw us with a curveball with that mug. We don't know what was in it.
It could have been anything. And there's a dog there.
Yeah, and Sam was a dog. We did have a full moon yesterday too, by the way. So
We did. I remember.
it may be a crazy thing. What could it be? I want to say that it is going to be a LaCroix for Kirby.
Which flavor?
Lemon lime.
Pamplemousse? Lemon lime. That does sound like him.
LaCroix, lemon lime for Kirby, and then for Sam, I think he's going to bring it way back to black cherry Waterloo.
It's a good guess. Fair guess. I'm currently drinking a Pamplemousse LaCroix, so I'm a
Let's lock it
connoisseur.
in by this time we comment it, okay?
Okay,
Let's go comment it on there. Lemon lime.
Alright.
You guys do it too. This is how we're
Alright.
locking in.
Yes. Locking it in.
And
Mysterious
we will find out
liquid
tomorrow.
in mug.
What if they don't have any drinks?
Oh,
I think that is just like wrong. Right?
that would be wrong.
That's not allowed. We'll just tell them that was not allowed.
Okay, I've locked in my guess. Everybody else lock in your guesses.
Could you imagine if you got a message from me? It's Sam, and I say, hey, it was not allowed that you did not have a drink.
Yeah, I'd be pretty upset. All right, so speaking of planning, we did not plan this week. So what
We
are
didn't.
what are we gonna talk about tomorrow? What should we?
What do
talk
we
about
want to
tomorrow?
talk about?
Well, everything's totally different. It's the After Dark show, so we could talk about anything.
I like how you did it all caps as if you're a boomer.
Yeah, it's my keyboard. I don't know.
Okay. What should we talk about? Is there a should? Should we shit all over the place?
We could talk about whatever we want. What do you want to listen? What do you want us to talk about?
What if it's a mysterious one? And we just don't tell you.
There we go. Okay, we're gonna do a mysterious episode.
Like, that's what we could even title it. And you won't know unless you show up.
It's a surprise.
Okay. There are our guesses. They are fully locked in. You guys feel free to lock in your guesses if you'd like.
Yes. Yep. Lock
And
in
if
your
you,
guess of what they're drinking tomorrow.
Yeah, I like how you said mysterious liquid in a mug and Waterloo root beer and didn't say who for.
We'll see. It's a mystery.
It's gonna be reverse. This is how you ensure winning, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
You just be vague.
Be vague as possible. Hey, is that planning? If you're vague, is it a plan? If you
Vaguely
change
planning. Yep.
it, will they vaguely know?
Yeah.
If it's vague enough, they'll never know that you had to change.
That's how I do
plans.
it. That's how I'm never wrong.
Don't ever be wrong. Always be right. Unless you're left.
Yeah, my son's left-handed, and we were talking earlier how he's a shiny Pokemon.
That's just not right.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like-
also we dyed both of their hair before swimming
Uh-huh.
lessons. And it's just like blue just streaking down his face as soon as you get out of the pool.
So my friends pushed my kid off the diving board, and now there's blue streaking down his face.
That's what happens.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us for our very first ever School After Dark show. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night and goodbye.